Hello, I'm Karina.
And I'm Jamie.
Welcome to As Told by ADHD. This podcast is a brainchild of two best friends with ADHD who share a passion for learning and a knack for finding the most fascinating tidbits of knowledge. Each week, we embark on a wild and hilarious journey of discovery as we dive headfirst into topics that pique our curiosity. From dark folklore to bizarre statistics, cultural ceremonies to famous dead people, we're here to entertain, educate, and tickle your funny bone.
This week on As Told by ADHD, we're doing part 2 of how things got their names.
And we're not going as dark. It's not as dark.
Not as dark, not nearly as long.
It's not. We both took this assignment and went as opposite as you possibly can go. I thought this was going to be kind of like on the vibes of the newspaper clippings, headlines that we did, like where we kind of went back and forth and had like a couple goofy ones or whatever. I went that route. Like goofy, little educational here and there, blah, 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 blah. And then she was just like, no, I'm about to blow your mind. Psychological warfare. Not like what those people went through, but it's still going to mess with you. So
the funny thing is, like, it was definitely my topic that I proposed because I knew I wanted to do Stockholm Syndrome. I knew it. I was like, how am I going to tell a story? How am I going to tell people about true crime without making it true crime?
And she did it.
And I did it.
But talking true crime is not off the table. We're just not solely a true crime network. That's all.
Exactly. And, like, also, like, a lot of these topics, if, like, in the future we want to do this topic again, we have more than just, like, it's, like, open-ended, where we could do anything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, pretty much. You can always come back, do part 2s if you find out something else, part 3s, possibly part 4s, depending on how long your episodes get. But I promise we are here for a giggle. We're here for
a gaggle?
tidbits of knowledge. Gaggle. And we're here for a nice, brief, short time. Okay, are you ready?
And to spend time with my best friend.
Because that's what we're doing.
And you're spending time with my best friend, too. You're welcome.
And you're spending time with my best friend. And she's drinking water.
Are you?
Water break.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's get into it. So we're going to go into an era, okay? Are you ready?
An era?
Yes, we're going into an era,
okay?
My first story comes from the peak of the Viking era.
I love it.
K-pop Demon Hunters. Where are you at? Okay. Anyways.
Whoa. Wait.
Have you not seen
watching
it?
I haven't.
But
also, like, I had a feeling that they're gonna do like a season 2 or whatever.
It's a movie, so maybe a second, maybe.
I was like, I thought it was a TV show, and I was like, if they're gonna do a season 2, I don't want to watch it until all of it's out, because I'm one of those binge watchers. I don't like sitting and waiting.
No, it was a movie, and it had like a pretty solid ending. So if they do, it's just because it's super popular and they like want to keep
make
it
more money?
going. But like, yeah. But anyways, we're going to the peak of the Viking era, where lands near and far were fought for, dominated, and then fought for again. Okay, it was a brutal time. It was a deadly time. It was a smelly time. And the first king.
I can't imagine. Hold on. I need a moment to think about what that could possibly smell like.
I don't want to know.
I mean, you lived with like 7 brothers, so.
Well, I have 6 brothers. There's 7 of us in total. But yes, there was 6 brothers. Yes, it was smelly. But I do not want to think about medieval wartime at all and what those places and those people smelled like.
But you know how, like, your eyesight adjusts? Like, we're always looking at our nose. It's always there. But we can't see it. Because our eyes are like, oh, that's our nose. We don't need to see it. So, like, I wonder if it was like that, where, like, you smell things, but you don't smell it because you're like, oh, that's just
No,
funk.
I mean, I get what you're saying. Where you went with that insane. But I did just go on a trip. My trailer is about a year old, a little over a year old, and it's like, to me right now, my house smells like what I just cooked last, but we had just got back from a trip after being gone for a week, and we come in and it still smells like brand new house. So I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like,
Mhm.
you do, like, you
Like
can
like when your
desensitize.
car like when you get a new car, that new car smells like always there, but if you're not
Yeah.
in your car for a while, then you smell it as soon as you come in. So, like, I bet that's what it was like. I bet you, like, didn't really notice it too much.
Yeah, your nose was used to it. But if we were to hop back, we would be throwing up every 2 seconds, I'm sure. Positive.
I sure would.
Yeah. But we're going to introduce you briefly to the first, I guess it was the first, like, official king of Denmark. His name was
Okay.
King Gorm the Old, and he
Gorm.
was a Gorm, and he was
Gorm.
a force to be reckoned with. He was probably one of the stronger kings, and he, of course, being a strong king, being that guy, I guess your children have to be them kids, you know? So when he passed, his heir, Harold Gormson, took the throne and continued the duty of expanding the kingdom.
The son of
Now,
Gorm.
during this
Gormson.
time, he claimed rule over parts of Norway and consolidated rule in Denmark. So they're mostly like villages or territories and stuff like that, formed them all under one kingdom, okay? So
Okay.
he technically united Denmark and parts of Norway together to make a strong I don't even know, like a strong force to be reckoned with. I wouldn't really call it a kingdom until later, because he was still claiming these territories. But during this time, when he was claiming parts over Norway and Denmark, consolidating Denmark, he managed to also kill his tooth.
Kill his tooth?
Kill his tooth.
Kill
Yeah,
his tooth.
killed a lot of people and he killed his tooth.
He killed his tooth?
Yes.
I'm sorry, my brain's not wrapping around whatever you're saying, so I'm gonna need you to explain it.
Well, tooth is a key word, okay?
Tooth, like teeth?
So, his tooth. Nope, one tooth.
One tooth. One? Just one? A
One
tooth?
tooth. One tooth.
Like in your mouth.
Like in your mouth. Like,
And he killed it?
killed his tooth. But it
What
didn't
do you...
leave his mouth. His tooth was still in his mouth, but it was dead.
Well, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
him having this dead tooth awarded him a nickname, as all military folk do. If you know,
Stinky
you
breath?
know. No. But if you know, you know. If something happens and you're in military service, if something traumatic and crazy, something that can follow you for the rest of your life happens, that will be your nickname, okay? That's a fun fact. But anyways, with him killing his tooth, but also being super powerful, they decided to give him a nickname. So King Harold Gormison was
Can I
then
guess?
yeah.
Dentist.
Mm-mm.
Oh. I was thinking because, like, Denmark. Right. Anyway.
King Harold Bluetooth Gormison.
Bluetooth.
Do you see where I'm going with this?
Was it blue? No, I don't.
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth!
Bluetooth!
Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you. Hold on. Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth?
Yeah, Bluetooth.
That's crazy.
So you I'm
Okay.
going with this now. Okay.
Yeah, but okay. But no. But wait. What do you mean?
So since his tooth died and
Mhm.
didn't fall out, turning a little bluish color, hence the
Yeah.
name,
Yeah.
while his tooth was turning blue, he united Denmark and Norway into a strong, united Christian kingdom. Okay.
And it made
Now,
Wi-Fi.
now, here we go. How does this relate to the
I
technical
could
connection
not tell you.
of one digital device to another? Well, okay. So, in the 1990s, engineers from big tech companies Intel, Ericsson, and Nokia were trying to create a universal like standard for short range connection or communication between devices wirelessly, of course. Like we all
Okay.
remember when Bluetooth came out or when we found out about it with our phones.
Mhm. What
That's
year
how
is
we
this
got
again?
all the ringtones and everything, right? Hmm?
What year?
So it was developed all throughout the 1990s. I can't remember when it came out
Okay.
officially in devices, but it was a group effort between several tech companies.
Okay.
So, um, one of the processes included, of course, coming up with a name for this technology, um, which contenders included radio wire and PAN, which was translated as personal area networking. But they weren't content with those names. Well, one of the engineers from Intel, Jim Kardak, he was reading a book on Vikings and became inspired by King Harold's story and proposed the code name Bluetooth because like King Harold united the countries, this technology would unite communication between technical devices.
That is a wild stretch, but I love it. I'm here for it.
I mean, this is how things got their name, and we're supposed to blow your minds and give you tidbits of knowledge and tickle that
Yeah.
funny bone. So, but although technology has now skyrocketed, like we're in the era of AI, Bluetooth is still a function that most electronic devices we use today. And this creation, which was groundbreaking in the 1990s, is considered literally the most simple function now, which is crazy. But
Yeah.
to
Literally, we're both literally using
we're
it.
literally using Bluetooth, like,
Wild.
but to add on to the story, even the logo is like a Viking riddle. So the
What do you
Bluetooth logo,
'cause it's a rune!
yeah, it's two runes mixed together.
Oh my god.
So it's a
I thought it looked familiar.
so the first symbol is like that star-like rune,
Mhm.
and that translates to the letter H for herald. And then that
Okay.
sharp-edged bee-like shape, it translates, of course, to a B for Bluetooth. So the symbol is also a tribute to the Viking King too, which I think that's pretty cool.
That's crazy.
It's a Viking symbol. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Mind blown?
Yes.
So what did you think? I need thoughts. I need thoughts.
I
Like where we started to where we got to.
I had no clue where you were going with it.
See,
I
I thought you would know this because you just are like, you kind of absorb everything. So I literally thought that you would have known this already.
I've never heard the story of this.
Really?
You've taught me something
It's
new
such
today.
a simple thing,
I
but the
know. I love it.
name is
I love
literally
it.
a tribute to a Viking king.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
I love it.
Yep. I
Thank
thought it
you.
was pretty.
More. Give me more.
You're welcome. I only have one more. I only have one more.
Oh no. Okay.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But it is hilarious.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Mhm.
So, my second and final diddly do is how the name avocado got its name.
Please tell me immediately.
Derived from the Aztecs, specifically the Nahuatl, saw the fruit. And yes, it is a fruit for those who just don't know. Avocados are fruits, okay?
With the healthiest fat.
Exactly. And they saw this fruit and said, hmm, this shape is oddly familiar. And since I'm sure the men ultimately made the final decisions on topics like this, they decided to name it after their balls. Being a sister to six brothers, I know that they laugh at any and everything that has to do with things that look like bodily appendages, I
Mhm.
guess. Genitalia. So I'm sure these Aztecs were dying with laughter, as they officially named the aguacatl, which means testicle. And to make it worse, they made a type of guacamole, and they called it the aguacamole, which translated to testicle sauce.
That's
It's
crazy.
disgusting.
That's so gross. I hate everything about it.
It's
I
disgusting.
hate it. I hate it. I
And
hate it.
with
I hate it.
proof, no proof, they would have it become a staple for fertility health. So, like, yes, it has a lot of healthy fats, but it's like nothing in it is there's more in strawberries
That's
that than,
crazy.
for but anyways, it became a staple for fertility health. So they farmed this testicle fruit for energy and help in a healthy reproductive system. And with these unproved powerful properties, it became an item only served at rituals and feasts.
Because it's a testicle sauce.
Because it's a testicle sauce.
Gross. I never wanna think about that again. Let's go back to
I know, it's
Bluetooth.
so gross.
Let's go back to anything else.
I know. Okay, but it's gonna lighten up a little bit, okay?
Okay, okay, okay.
Like, how did it become the name avocado, right? So we have, it
Mhm,
kinda sounds like we have the aguacatl, okay? But
mhm.
the Spanish, um, weren't too keen on going around calling the fruit a testicle.
Fair.
So
I
they
wouldn't want to either.
yeah, exactly, especially if you're trying to, bring it to other areas, as a form of trade, but they tweaked it to sound a little less anatomical and called it the aguacate, and, over time, the French took the word and called it the avocat, and eventually the English adaptation became the avocado. Um Now, fun fact, and this is like the little closing, fun fact, in the early 1900s, the avocado industry took off in California, because they just became like a really big farming asset for the country. And they tried their shot at renaming the avocado as well. So when they decided to sell it, they rebranded it and named it the alligator pear.
I mean, I guess I can kinda see that,
I
but,
can
like,
kinda see it, but the reason they decided to do this rebranding is because for marketing reasons, they thought it would skyrocket them when it came to marketing because it made it sound more exotic. So, I don't know, avocado was not originally in the English language, which makes it exotic in its own right, but they're like, "Let's make it even more exotic and call it an alligator pear."
that clearly didn't catch on.
No, it did not catch on. Imagine calling avocado toast alligator pear toast.
No. Mm-mm. Nope.
Me personally, I'm glad it didn't stick, obviously, but, I mean, at the end of the day, if I had to choose a translation and we didn't have avocado, I would prefer, gator pear rather than testicle fruit.
Fair.
What do you think?
Uh, I don't think that I would notice it because I don't speak that language.
I don't
So
yeah,
I gator pear.
gator
Do you
pear.
want a gator pear with
You want a
that?
gator pear?
That's $4 extra for a gator pear.
But yeah, that was very quick and very, I think hilarious. What do you think of my 2 little fun stories?
I think they were amazing. Well, now I'm only ever going to. Okay, so I have like sorry, my brain all over the place. ADHD, am I right? So I'm only ever going to think of avocados as testicles now. And I'm only ever going to think about guacamole as testicle sauce. So thank you
Yeah,
for
it's
that one.
one of those things that once you know it, you can't unknow.
Mhm.
Like,
And, like
you're not able to forget, like, "Oh, I forgot it used to be called this." No.
mhm. And so the reason why I thought, like I don't think that I would have made the connection of where you were going with it if I hadn't had a roommate a while ago. Ethan, you know him. You love him. The audience doesn't know or love him, but
No,
I think he's great. I know he's gonna listen to this.
I agree.
Hi, hope you're doing
Hey.
well. Um, so okay, I keep like a notes um a note in my notes app, and I write down things people say all the time. It's gold to go back and look at. And we had left an avocado on the counter for a really long time. We should have thrown it away. We didn't. And it like fully dried. Like it was like so dried. And then he looked at it and was like, "It looks like a calcified testicle." And I wrote that down. I wrote it down, and it lives in my head rent free sometimes. So that's
How
why
crazy, though, is that, like, that's
I mean
literally
it
the
does.
origin, but that's
Uh,
literally the origin of it.
I know, but it does look like that.
Like, down in Eephie's bones, he knew
He
that this
knew.
thing is named after a testicle.
Mhm. Yep.
Was that his band name
Wow.
in college?
Probably. Actually, I think
Probably.
I did put it in the band name in college thing,
She
which I
has a
have.
list of things that people say that specifically is, like, my band name in college, and it's just, like, off
Mhm.
the wall crap that, like, people say. It's hilarious.
Right. So you know how people say like that's what she said, or what's another one that people say a lot? I don't know.
I don't know. But that's
Yeah.
what she said, that's a big one.
Yeah, it's like that. So like if people were to say something like crazy, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that was my band name in college."
Yep.
Um I'll read a couple for your entertainment. And these are all things that people have said and have come out of people's mouths that were said to me or I have said. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
We have running night witches. Love it.
I love it.
I
That's
don't
actually a pretty good one.
I don't remember the context of that, but they would be like an alternative rock band of all women. What's another good one? A good mouthfeel. Seductive reasoning. Somebody said seductive reasoning once to me. I don't remember the context, but I was like, that's hilarious. That was my band name in college. Seductive reasoning.
I
They're
think there's
definitely.
probably about 100 of them on that list, like, they are
Oh
golden.
yeah. Um Suspiciously lumped rug. And like I think at that time I was listening to this band called I don't know how, but they found me is the name of the band. And I was like, that's hilarious that it's such a long name. So I started like doing it to anything.
Let's do a speed
Um,
round, give me, like, 5.
Pudding Queen, Firehawk, Vagina Teeth, Elaborate Rooster, Wind Tornadoes,
Oh my gosh.
Consensual Sexualization, Bear Green Bean, Faraway Farts, Portal of Intimacy.
Portal of intimacy?
Mhm. And yes, the person who said that to me was talking about a vagina. I vividly remember that conversation.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
wild. Let me tell you that real quick. So, this person is no longer in my life, probably doesn't even remember me at all. I was on dating apps a long time ago, and there was this guy, and we went on a date. The date, he talked about another date that he had had and how he was ready to go on another date with her. So I was like, weird, but okay, we're clearly like this is clearly not a thing. Like, but he kept talking to me, and I was like, does he just like need a friend? And like, I was bored, so I was like, I'll be this guy's friend, whatever. And he would call me to just chat about other women, and so I was like, okay, yeah, this is like broy, like this is not romantic. at all, right? And then he was telling me about this girl's portal of intimacy and how he would like to enter her portal of intimacy. And I was like, "Is this crazy?" And I didn't say that was my band name in college to him, but I was thinking it, and I wrote it down because I thought it was hilarious.
That is
Um,
hilarious.
and then, like, the next day, he was like, "So when are we going on another date?" And I was like, "What? What do you mean?"
You
And he
use me
was
as your therapist, but you also
right.
expect me to, like, date you?
To be fair, he was entertaining, so that's kinda why I stuck around. Um, I was like, "I assumed this was a friendship. You were talking to me about other women, so I assumed that there was no romantic feelings here."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, of course there's romantic feelings. I wanna go on another date with you." And I was like, "No. Sorry. We can hang out as
You ran
friends if
out
you
of
want."
options, didn't you, buddy?
Right. Right. And so I was like, "We can hang out as friends if you want, but that's not gonna happen. Sorry.
Mhm.
Bye."
Bye.
So he got really mad. He was a nice guy, and he's no
Blocked?
longer in my life. No, I didn't block him. I think he blocked me. I
Mm.
don't care.
Oh, well.
I didn't have the energy to go block him because I knew he wasn't gonna text me again. But anyway,
That's good.
so that's where Portal to Intimacy came in. So those are my band names from college, all of them. I had a lot of bands. I had a
She has a
lot. I
lot
had
of the origin stories of things on her phone just because she's just, like, she's such a listener.
mm.
And she's also, like, the queen of dry humor. And so a lot of these comments are made in, like, total seriousness, but not meant to be funny. Like, he didn't say,
Oh yeah.
"Portal of entry." It was kind of like, "I would like to enter her portal of entry." Like, just, like, dry,
Yeah,
kind
no.
of like
Portal of
or portal of
Intimacy.
intimacy, sorry.
Yeah.
Portal of intimacy. But,
No,
like, she
that was
loves, like
generally what he called it. Because he was like, he started to say vagina, but then he stopped because you could tell he was uncomfortable saying vagina. So he said portal of intimacy. Make that make sense.
but that
Ooh,
was a band name in
I
college.
I also have album names, which I only did like two of, so but this one's really good. It's Red Pills and Incels.
Oh my gosh, red pills and incels. Now
Mm-hmm.
give me the image of the people in this band.
I think well, this is an album
I
name.
know, but,
So
like,
I
what
think
who would create it?
it's
People
gonna
making
be
fun of
it's
red pills and
clearly
incels, or red pills and incels trying to, like, prove their point through song?
I think that it's a rock band, mostly guys, maybe a girl in there. They are making fun of them, for sure. And,
Okay, okay.
I'm picturing, like, Grandson type of vibe, like, type of music.
Okay.
If you've ever listened to Grandson, amazing. If you haven't, check him out. I love his music. But, yeah, so that's me and what I do in my free time for funsies.
And if this shows, like, yes, this podcast is a collaborative effort, but the, person behind the idea to start this podcast is I think you're on this side, is this girl right here, and, the reason is because she just, like we would talk about all this stuff that she would find out, and then I would sometimes put in stuff that I found out, and we'll just, like, laugh, or we'll get off on tangents, and we're just like, "Where were we? How the
Mhm.
heck did we get here?" And she had, like, all of these things that she wanted to just tell stories about, and so she started making another, like, notes list, and then she was just like, "Let's make a podcast about, like, all of these random things," and
Mhm.
it's just, like, us talking, like, how we normally do, but
Right.
podcast version. So
Yeah.
she's constantly just, like her
It never
brain
turns off.
no, no, it doesn't, but it
Um,
makes an entertaining time.
yeah. I'd say so. Also, another reason why, which I've told you before, but I don't think that it's like something that you might not think of. I don't know. But I really wanted to start a podcast with you because I wanted to spend time with you.
And I'm a mom, and it's really
hmm
hard,
And we're long
and
distance best friends, and I'm
yes,
mad about it.
yes,
The amount of times that
long distance.
I'm like, move here daily.
Yeah, but I have a family who's
Yeah.
settled, so
And I have happiness here.
yes, she does. She absolutely adores where she lives. Adores it so
And I
much.
don't love where I grew up. And it's not like horrible. Like it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but I did not thrive. And I'm looking to thrive.
I feel that. I feel that. I just wanna be a good mom. That's really the goal here. That is the main goal.
And she
Be a
is.
great mom.
She is
So,
the best mom.
thank you.
Remember to take care of yourself this week. And if you have a little extra love to give, show it to someone who needs it. Because, my God, life sucks.
Yeah, for the most part, but, um, what you put out, you tend to
Uh-huh.
receive,
Exactly.
and if that's positive, then seeing someone smile at you complimenting their hair or wishing them a good day or, helping them grab something off the top shelf or something like that, like, seeing that appreciation, it usually, will positively impact you because you're thinking about, "Hey, like, they really appreciated that, and that felt good to
Mm-hmm.
do that for them."
Right. And also another thing, like if you care about someone and you haven't heard from them for a while, like I know that we all tend to kind of like isolate when we're not in the best headspace. And statistically, it's shown that communities are better for mental health. So
Mhm.
just reach out, be like, hey, thinking about you, hope you're doing good. And then
Yes.
whatever happens, happens.
Yes. And reach out if you need
Yeah.
community.
Yeah. And
Don't
hope,
don't don't
mm-mm,
self-sabotage. Don't get in your
nope,
head. Don't
don't do
think
it.
that nobody wants to be around you or hear from you or that you're the
Mm-mm.
worst person ever. I'm preaching to the choir on this one. I'm really bad at
Yeah.
isolating.
Yeah, she
I'm
is.
so bad about isolating. She would agree, my
She tried it
boyfriend would
today.
agree. I did a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
You tried it
My
today, and
boyfriend
I
will
wasn't
also
having it.
agree. He does not let me isolate. He does
Mm-mm.
not let me do it. So,
Yeah.
do not let yourself isolate. Reach out to somebody,
Mhm. And
anybody.
just think, something that, like, helps me if I'm in that kind of state of mind, which I haven't been in that, like, everybody hates me state of mind in a long time, therapy. Um, the thing that helps me is, like, understanding, like, if you think let's say that I'm looking at Karina and I'm like, "Oh, she hates me." Like, "She didn't smile at me today, she hates me." That's not them. That's your projection of them. So that's you making that up in your head and projecting it onto other people. And I like to think, like, if I am struggling with mental health, I will not accept any thoughts that from other people that aren't directly told to me. Does that make sense?
I think you said that beautifully.
Oh,
Like,
thank
explained it.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But anyways, it is late for me.
Yeah. Oh my God. I didn't even see what time it is. I haven't even
Yes.
eaten.
Take care, eat dinner. Breakfast, lunch, eat.
I have mine right here.
I have mine too, but I'm not gonna show you because you guys would be disappointed. But we went on a trip, low on groceries. We gotta deal with what we got here.
Fair.
So, but you guys take care of yourself, and we will see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.